All right, before you summon on the new Gohan Goten and Trunks card, I think there is a couple of things that you should know. Now, one of the things that I should just say right off the get-go is we're actually going to most likely be getting the Dokkan Day tickets on the actual banner itself just for like 8 days later. Because remember that this Gohan is going to come out on the 7th in a couple of hours. But if we go ahead and check the data down, what they did, the 5th ticket is going to be put for that banner as well. And then we also have it where they added the 6th one, which is most likely going to be on the 30th. So that is something to keep in mind. The other thing I was going to say as well before we hop into it is you might be wondering when this unit is actually going to return. And if we go ahead and look at literally like the LR that came a couple days before, which was Tech UI a year ago, we can see that the date lines up pretty much almost exactly the same. Like it's just 3 days off. And his day that he returned was actually, oops, I didn't even see that. I had that one pulled up. Was during Age Kid Goku, during Saiyan Day. So if you want to have it where you're going to be able to coin this unit, remember that you're not going to be able to get this guy until Saiyan Day of next year. So unlike how the global Dokkan celebration units where they're just going to be returning on the anniversary in January or February-ish, depending on if you're talking about part 1 or part 2, you will not be seeing this Gohan Trio LR until we get the next Saiyan Day unit in March. So they're not going to be coming back for, what is it, like is that 8 months ish? So if there is probably like any part of you that would want to use this unit within like the next half a year, I think that this probably is going to be one of your only chances of getting this unit. And especially like how we were talking about earlier when we were looking at the banner image that Proton put for the new Gohan Trio LR, we can tell that it is going to be a 200 coins in order to get that new unit, right? Let me go ahead and actually pull that up real quick. Here we go, because Bonato's talked about it and I kind of retweeted it like right down here. So where it says 200 right there means that it's going to be 200 coins, because they were also telling us that it was going to be a TUR originally, and then they upgraded it into an LR, and then it was supposed to be more so of a monthly Dokkan Fest. So it looks like they kept that monthly Dokkan Fest limit, which is just 200 coins. So again, it's just another thing to think of wanting or potentially summoning on this, because you have 200 coins and that's basically 1,000 stones to get the new Gohan Trio, and that's as good as a deal as it's going to get, right? Especially when this Gohan Trio is going to be doing a lot of things for hybrid Saiyans and especially youth, being able to give them 20% attack and defense in battle, especially when other top tier units are going to be returning or have just returned. Like Gotenks probably, well, I don't remember, I don't think he returned recently, right? Like he's going to be on the Christmas banner, I would assume. So he's going to be returning in a couple of months. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan just came back. Tech Gohan and Piccolo might actually be able to see a little bit of a resurgence when you're able to give them 20% extra attack and defense in battle. Same thing with Int Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. AGL Kid Goku is going to benefit from that buff tremendously, because again, 20% is a ton of attack and defense. I was talking about it, but Bulma might actually be able to see a little bit of a resurgence as well, because you're just able to pop that, and then it's almost as if you pop the active skill in a sense, except it's just permanent, right? So when this character is guarding and when they're going to be getting the 7% damage reduction, and you're just going to be more so using them as this floating support unit, it is definitely an option to think about for sure. But I think that there all are going to be like a decent amount of EZAs, or even just EZAs that have popped out here and there, like the, oh yeah, and then these three is also just going to be another like decent additions to the team, especially the Super Saiyan Goten kid, giving the just gifted warriors and siblings bond an additional 60% attack and defense and 3 key, while also being able to have the 70% dodge chance in turn 2 or attacker 2 or 3, right? He's gonna look really, really decent. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of support units and a lot of characters to do it. So it's not like it's a dead team, is what I'm trying to say. There is going to be a lot of options right off the get-go on what you're able to use. Oh yeah, physical Goten and Trunks as well, which honestly I really hope that they are able to bring back on this banner. It probably is just on the featured pool, but they're just not showing it, right? But all things considered, I don't think that it would be like a potentially bad thing to try to go ahead and chase this LR, because even though they're probably not going to be, it honestly just depends on how hard that Supreme Magnificent Battle is, because that could be like the hardest event in the game, who knows. But when this Gohan is doing a lot of things, like getting the 30% 38% damage reduction for just one Rainbow Key Sphere, and then getting an additional 40% damage reduction on his first turn, getting the attack and defense support here, getting the other attack and defense support here, getting a massive amount of key as well, and then doing all of this, like, he's gonna look crazy for sure. The only thing we definitely need is just like a Rainbow Orb Changer. But the point I'm trying to make is that you're gonna be looking really, really decent with a lot of these stuff. And then when you're running a whole bunch of the hybrid Saiyans, basically, you're able to just go ahead and meet up on the third turn. Then you're able to go into Goten, and then immediately from that point on, guess what? You have the 77% dodge chance. And if you're running 3 youth category members, you just have guaranteed dodge chance. Just guaranteed dodge for the turn. So Gohan comes out of the gate, just explosive power, and then immediately you are able to just go into Goten and Trunks and then have like their guaranteed dodge turn. And that's going to age incredibly well when this character is also getting a lot of defense on receiving an attack as well. Like, he's just going to age really, really well, is what I'm trying to say. He's going to look really, really good. And this condition might be a little bit harder to get, but it is also something to think about as well. Just getting a permanent 20% damage reduction to almost kind of give this, but just well, not 20% damage reduction permanent, but just give this, because I don't know, like, this is still like confusing to me. They have the like, can do this or activate it like in an infinite amount of times, and then also that it needs to be, or that it's once only. So I'm assuming that this can be done multiple times, and then it only works for one turn, and then this is just guaranteed from that point on. And if that's how it works, then it kind of does, again, just replace this in a sense. But again, like, this unit has so much stuff that they can do, and then on top of that, they also have the active skill as well, where if you think you're going to be able to kill and it's like a short-term event, then boom, on turn 3, this is going to be looking pretty good. And this character is going to be looking pretty good with that as well. And then if it's something that you potentially need to help out your allies, then boom, you just pop this instead. You're doing the massively raising your attack and doing the fusion, right? And then you're going ahead and just helping out everybody by 20%. So, like, this unit is really good, is what I'm trying to say. So, all things considered, this unit's not going to be back for a lot of months. This unit is really, really dominant, and I think that they are going to potentially just be top 5, even just with short-term content that we have right now. Like, I think they're going to be a Rose just obliterator, and anything short-term content, they're going to be a just obliterator for that content. And when they're not going to be coming back for a lot of turns, or not a lot of months, when they are going to be coinable for only 200 coins, and you get 3 coins for any unit that you have that's over rainbowed, when this is probably like the only time that you're going to be able to get them for like quite a long time, I do think that this is worth it. I think that this is easily a LR, even after right after the global download celebration, or global Dokkan celebration. I think this is someone that is worth chasing right after it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How many stones do you have saved up? I think I have like 300, so I'm going into this with a little bit of stones in a dream. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope you guys do have good summons. If you do summon, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.